What's going on YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I'm back with a crazy rogue deck video with one of my favorite Pokemon, Dondozo. The new EX that came out has 260 HP, which is a ton for a basic EX, tying, I believe, the most with Blood Moon Ursaluna. However, we have an attack that can do potentially way more damage, Avenging Billow, which does 30 damage plus 10 more for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So when you take Dondozo EX with 260, and then you put Lively Stadium, you're now at 290 HP, plus a Bravery Charm, you're now at 340 HP, tying for the second most in the game with, I believe, Palafin EX, only short to Garchomp EX, with the tool putting it at 400. And then if we have a Hero's Cape instead, we get an extra 50 on top of that, putting us at 390 HP, allowing us to be almost as tanky as Garchomp EX. However, we can just use Penny, pick up our Dondozo, and tell our opponent to do it again, and attack us one more time so that we can Avenging Billow for even more damage. And what's super nice about this deck is we have Munkidori spam as well. So when we attempt to tank a bunch of hits, we can then use Adrenabrain to move all that damage down to one of our opponent's Pokemon, take some big KOs. And then we've also got Mimikyu, which is another phenomenal wall to hide behind. I figured since we're playing Munkidori, might as well throw the Mimikyu in the deck. It allows us to play Psychic Energy, which means Munkidori's Mind Bend can be a decent attack. And we've got some good one-prize attackers, some good walls, some good damage movement. We got Dondozo, which is some good tank, some good one-shot potential. And then we've just got a whole lot of prayers, and we just got to hope that we draw into a decent hand, because we got no draw engine, which is something I'm fine living behind. We got literally a ton of supporters to make sure that we're playing the game. We got 4 Crispin, 3 Research, 3 Iono, 2 Arven, 2 Penny, 2 Boss. You know, with these supporters, Crispin is going to be like our favorite one, getting some dark energy down on Munkidori, getting an extra energy down on Dondozo, hopefully a benched one to attack with. We got Research and Iono, which can draw us into bigger hands. This is pretty much our only draw power for the deck. And then we got 2 copies of Arven, which could be a Nest Ball Vessel, a Switch, if our opponent tries to stall behind a Dondozo. I want to make sure we have Switch outs. I really don't want a Latias EX in play, just because that's a 2-prize Pokemon that I don't think we need to have in play. So I really do like 3 copies of Switch and 2 Arven to hopefully draw into the Switch, conserve those nicely. We do have 2 Pennies, so, you know, if they do boss up a Dondozo and try to, you know, hit into that guy, maybe they don't take the KO, then we Crispin to the active, take a KO in return, or we just Penny pick it up, you know, and just tell them to do it again. We got a Dondozo down with a bunch of damage. You know, we can do some good one-shot that way. We do have Dynamic Dive if absolutely necessary, but that 4 energy cost isn't going to feel too awesome. You only swing 240 and you do 50 yourself. Not something I totally want to see, but if we have to, it's there on a rough setup. What else do we have in the deck? That's pretty much it. I mean, Nest Balls to get our Pokemon out. We got Turbo Energize to get us some energy in the early game. 2 Gear to help us find supporters we need when we want them. And yeah, that's Dondozo. I mean, you kind of know how the most of this deck works, with the exception of maybe this guy because it's new. Mimikyu is going to be great in some matchups like Goldengo and 2 Terra Box, because they might not necessarily be able to attack it. They can use like Speed Wing on Knockdown. I believe that's its attack. So, you know, try to take a KO on Mimikyu if they don't have any non-rule box Pokemon essentially in play. But we have Charm plus Munkidori to hopefully keep those Mimikyus up. Goldengo, it's just kind of hard to work around multiple Mimikyus. Dragapult even could have some difficulties every now and then, especially with the Charm. And Munkidori spam could definitely be difficult, but, you know, we like Dondozo in that matchup. They're swinging 200 damage max. You know, they can get 260 if they got a good, like, Phantom Dive play, put all 6 damage counters down. We can move it off with Munkidori. We can just swing harder with Avenging Billow. I mean, that's already 290. And Munkidori moving some other damage around, boom, 320. Like, Lively Stadium puts us over the 260 mark. Charm puts us over the 260 mark. Like, we got a lot to help us in the Dragapult matchup. Grimmsnarl's interesting. Grimmsnarl's a little difficult. I mean, Dondozo doesn't have any abilities down, and it's got a lot of HP for Grimmsnarl to deal with. So the goal in that match is to just, because I feel like it's all I'm up against on the ladder, go Dondozo, get a quick Crispin onto it, and then just Munkidori the spread that they have on our Munkidoris and just out Munkidori them. It's not pretty. It'll get the job done, I hope. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the whole list. So, you know, before we hop into today's video, just wanted to remind everyone that we got the Battle VIPs podcast up on YouTube and Spotify. So if you're looking for an awesome podcast done by one of my best friends, Avery, as well as myself, we talk about meta decks, rogue decks, the recent regionals, top performing decks, conversion rates, new cards coming out, like, you name it. We talk about it on the podcast. It's great for new experienced players alike looking to get more into the competitive scene. So definitely go check it out if you have not already. And yeah, with that being said, I mean, I'd say let's just hop into today's match and see how well Dondozo EX can do. Welcome to match number 1. We're up against some sort of Poison Box deck. I don't think they could instantly donk Munkidori, but I mean, I might live to regret saying that. We do have a Dark Energy in hand and a Research, so we could draw a little deeper And they've got Secret Box. Oh my god, is it the ladder climbing? It is the ladder climbing deck. Alright, we'll see if they can pull it off. If they can't pull it off, it's going to be a quick win for Dondozo. And we take these on the ladder, man. Because I'm still working my way up to Master Ball. I haven't been playing too much. Also, actually, while I'm speaking of not playing too much, it's just because I literally have not been sleeping well because of my allergies. I know I said it in my last video. That's why I could not continue and get, you know, the third match in. My head was pounding. I'm not running on much sleep, so I apologize. It's not my flow to do stuff like that and just do 2 videos and like cop out of getting a third one down. I literally had nothing in me, so I apologize. Hope you guys can forgive me. I'm hoping to make it up with a bit of a fun time with this one. And oh my god, is Volcanion, could that do it if they get a switch? Because then they would burn me for 20, poison me for 80. That would do 100. And then if I could just research into one more Pokemon, I think we'd be okay. And they got Squawk, they Carmined. They're 100% finding a switch here. Can they get up to enough? I guess a Rocket's Deluxe Bomb, right? If they flip a coin. Well, you got Latios. It's not going to do much. They still need a switch card. They need to retreat into Volcanion, burn me, then switch into Petron. Yeah, they're just going to get rid of everything here. They're just trying to dig through and donk Munkidori. They don't have space for an Iron Valiant. So I don't have to worry about the Iron Valiant ping. I do like the Volcanion a little bit better, unless my math is off. I believe they're at 100 damage right now. They got the Livery Drone, which it flips 2 coins, and you need both to be heads, and both are tails, if I'm not mistaken. You search your deck for a card. Yeah, so that could have been the switch. Team Rocket's Venture Bomb is going to be heads. That does put the damage on me, does it not? Cool. Well, I'm so happy. Do you have a switch out, though? You need a switch in hand for this to take a KO. If not, this effectively does the same thing as Volcanion. Just puts me at... Or does it actually put me at KO? Because this is 5 more. No, it puts you at 100 damage. You retreated into Petron, which tells me you don't have a switch in hand. You're just going to pass, put me down. And if I don't get a basic Pokemon here, I do lose the game. I do have a Charm, which isn't going to save me, but I will attach it to the active just because. And then I'll rip a Research, and I just need a Nest Ball, I need a Pokemon, I need something. This'll do. This'll do quite nicely, honestly. I mean, I think from here, we kind of just made it through this matchup. A super fun deck to play. That's why I kind of want to keep this in the video. I might do a 4th because of this, depending on how long the other 2 matches are. But I'm excited to show it off. I think here, all I want to do is take out another Munkidori. I'm going to Charm up the Dondozo. We're going to move 3 damage counters onto who, honestly? I mean, I really don't feel pressed to throw it onto any one Pokemon in particular. We do have Crispin for an attack next turn. I'm going to put Dondozo in the active so he could damage it. I think all I want to do is put some damage counters, honestly, probably on Munkidori. We'll see if we can just KO this guy. They can move the damage right back, sure, that's fine. I could retreat. No, I kind of want this guy to fall. This is a deck we can win just off of them not being... Oh my god, we actually live the poison. That's insane. Yo, Charm Munkidori. I did not expect to actually make it out. They'll take the KO with Munkidori, and then I'll put Dondozo in the active, let them poison Dondozo, so that I could KO Petron. Yeah, this is fine. And then they'll keep 2 damage counters on their Munkidori, so I can start spamming some damage onto it when I get there. Right now, we're at 310 HP. Please poison me, man. I need a little bit more damage done to me. You know, I don't think I'm ready to attack just yet. However, a Crispin now does put me in the game. And yep, it's just going to be the pass from my opponent. They'll take a little bit of poison damage. Not going to be relevant. I am taking a KO this turn as long as I have 1 Water Energy in the deck and a Psychic Energy or something like that. So we'll take these guys, and I literally only have 1 Water Energy. That's actually nuts. Okay, so I need to get one of my Night Stretchers. Just in case, I don't know if they could really continue playing, but I do need a Night Stretcher to get a Water Energy down for this Dondozo. I think here we just Avenging Billow for 110 damage. I do not take 8 poison damage because I am KOing. I am going to take 3 poison damage, however, which could be relevant, but a Penny could fix that a ton. Mimikyu, not going to help too much at all. They're doing status effects, and I got to remember that. Now, how do they make it through the rest of this? I've always been curious how this deck actually does on the ladder. You know, like you live the turn 1 donk. Do they have a follow through? If we led Dondozo EX, imagine that. Yeah, we actually would have just cooked this deck. They're not doing 260 turn 1. What? I would have just, you know, I guess I had the manual attached research, which probably felt better. Yeah, I don't know. They got another Brute Bonnet. Not going to do much for him. They might just lose here. I mean, you could retreat into Volcanion, but we're swinging for KO because you're weak to water. And well, we're a big water fish. And yeah, that's exactly what you're going to do. You might have a switch in your hand at this point. You could Scalding Steam, put a little burn, put a little poison on us. That's all right. We got a Crispin Penny play sitting and waiting for later at some point, and they'll Munkidori some damage onto my Dondozo. I'm taking 5 damage between turns right now, and they just scoop. Yeah, that's going to be a quick number 1. Pure bulk off Dondozo and nothing else. I'll see if I get a 4th game, and it depends how long the other 2 matches are. But if they're short, we're definitely making up for that 2-match video last time, and we're going to play a 4 in this one. But for now, we're 1-0. I'll see y'all in match number 2 and see how well we can do. Welcome to match number 2. I took a mulligan as well as my opponent, but we do see we're up against Dragapult. And actually, I took second mulligan, which is fine. They're only drawing the 1 card. Our mulligans did balance out and actually lead Turbo Energize. Wait, that's kind of huge. Do I go Munkidori here? I do have a switch. What do I have in hand? I got Crispin, turn 1. I don't really need to Turbo Energize, to be fair. I think I just lead Dondozo, honestly. They're not gonna do anything about this big boy. It's got too much HP. You could Dusknoir KO it, sure. Actually, you might not be able to Dusknoir KO, because if I do get Charm plus Lively Stadium, that's an effect 80 more HP, which puts us at 320. Okay, alright, so I would need Cape. Maybe, did I math wrong? 50 plus 30 is 80. Maybe I did math wrong in the intro. Someone's gonna yell at me for that in the comments. Oh well, that's fine. It's just whatever. We got Crispin in hand, so I can get some sweet energy down. I'll take a Water and a Dark Energy. I'll attach the Water Energy to Dondozo. I'll attach the Dark Energy to Munkidori. And then I think from there, honestly, I might Turbo Energize. Because then I got to research next turn. I will be bidding a Night Stretcher, so I want to get maximum value out of everything I could in this hand. Depending on what I topped, I could get Arven. Never mind. Oh my god, we so go the... Oh no, but I... wait. What am I doing? I don't have an energy in hand. So I can't Crispin yet perfectly. Right. But what I could do is I could Arven for a Nest Ball, but then I just get another tool, and that doesn't necessarily get me more energy down. I think I'd do Crispin. I do like the play I had originally outlined. I don't have to research next turn, though, which is the much more important thing. I should have checked if my my Vessel was in the deck. Well, that's a problem for next turn, I guess, because all I got this turn, what is going on? We're a little bit of lag. Always helps. Always feels real good when we get some lag going. And then I think we just pass here. If they go Itchy Pollen, that's fine. We're okay. This is a slow ramp up, try to come back from the late game, KOU type of deck. Both mine and my opponents, and I think I'm much more comfortable sitting behind a small wall than they are, or a big wall than they are. We got Dondozos. If they get too many Dragapult EXs down, and we know they're not playing the Dusknoir variant, Mimikyu becomes way more effective. They got 4 cards in hand. Artisan comes down, which is huge. Now, actually, I don't even really need to attack this turn for KO on Badoo. Honestly, Turbo Energize could be nice and just get some more damage, or more energy down on some Munkidoris, right? Because Turbo Energize, 2 basic energy cards, attach them to your bench Pokemon. Yeah, if I could go Arven for Nest Ball Charm, take another Munkidori, attach Turbo Energize to Dondozo, Artisan for a Munkidori, Nest Ball for Munkidori, we could get 3 Munkidoris down ASAP, which actually sounds kind of insane. Oh no, but they item lock me, so I can't Nest Ball for 1. Ah, why? Why you do that? So that means Vessel wouldn't even work. However, a Crispin does work, right? Because then I Artisan, oh my god, wait, this is insane. I Artisan for a Munkidori, I Crispin for a Psychic Energy and a Dark Energy. I don't want to waste the Water Energies. I don't know if they're playing a build where I need to go Mimikyus. I might honestly just try to do this with just Dondozo. We'll put the Dark Energy into my hand. I do not know why my game has been so laggy. We love a good TCG Live client. I don't want to move the damage off Dondozo yet. I am pretty comfortable with it here. We are going to Avenging Billow for 40 damage and take the KO, which feels pretty good. I do want a little bit of damage on my Dondozo, so I could try to one-shot a Dragapult EX. Imagine, that would be pretty sweet. And we'll take a prize card here. See what we get. We get a Dark Energy. All right, hey, not bad. That's an Artisan manual attach. Boom, 3rd Munkidori down. And now my opponent has a huge turn ahead of them. How do they respond to this? I got Arven in hand, so that's a Cape or Charm. I'll probably go Cape in the early game, try to just force some more damage down. And they got Buddy Buddy Poffin for some more Dreepies. We'll see if they play Duskull. If they do, they're going to take it here. And yep, there's the Duskull. We know they got it. Mimikyu now becomes a lot less useful because Dusknoir could deal with it much more effectively than anything else. I could cape my Munkidoris to protect them from a Dusknoir play. That would be pretty sweet, pretty disruptive. We'll see. We'll see where the wind blows, where this takes us. They got the Recon Directive for 1. They got a Dreepy with the Psychic Energy in the active. I'm surprised they didn't promote Fez here. They must have a Rare Candy in hand. And they're trying to see if they could go Rare Candy, Dragapult EX, if they could dig out the Fire Energy. Those would be the 3 cards. That could be a little bit scary for us, but totally manageable. We'd be swinging for, they do 200, we'd have 210 damage on us. We'd swing for 240, and then we could move 6 damage counters off our benched Munkidoris to their active, which would be 300 damage. It actually feels pretty good. And they got Ultra Ball Crystal. Okay, they definitely have Rare Candy, Dragapult, and they go Crystal to swing hard, but this is fine. Like, I don't think I worry about this too much, especially if I get Hero's Cape down. I could try to heal my Dondozo, so they have to 2-shot it, 3-shot it. That would be nuts. That would be insane. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, there's the Dragapult. They got the Phantom Dive. They put... Do I even mind a Munkidori falling? Not really. Oh, well, alright, this changes things. I guess that works, right? You take out a Munkidori, but now there's not much damage on Dondozo, so this is fine. Right? I don't think, yeah, I think this is okay. I don't really think I care about this too much. I could even KO a Dusknoir, or Duskull this turn too. But I don't even want to do that, actually. Honestly, they have flipped the script if I take a KO, so I think I kind of want to just set up their Dragapult to get cooked here. I could full heal Dondozo. It doesn't feel too awful. Vessel's pretty sweet. We definitely go Artisan here for a Munkidori. I don't hate... I don't need to research. We have great stuff in our hand. I think I just go Arven here. And I go for a Hero's Cape. But then I also go for a Nest Ball. And then I could Nest Ball... Oh, my game froze. Yep, it's just my game. Alright, well, that's cool. Yep, I feel like it's always Arven that breaks my game. This is so weird. I don't need to Turbo Energize. Honestly, I like the swing for 90. I think that could help with... Or no, it would be just 30 because I'm going to full heal. Or do I need to? If I heal 30... Vessel attached to a bench Dondozo EX. If I heal 30, I do 30 damage to them. I'd be swinging for 60. Which would mean that I would need to do 200... Actually, yeah, that could work. Right, 230. Yeah, wait, let's do that. Let's Nest Ball for a Dondozo. Start to get a second one of these guys established. We're going to Vessel away Turbo Energize because we're past the point of its usefulness. We're going to take a Water Energy... Honestly, 2 Water Energy is fine. And then we'll attach 1 Water Energy here. I only need to Munkidori 3 damage counters off this turn, and I should be able to still figure something out next turn. So we'll do this. Set this guy up nicely. We definitely go Cape here. Put ourselves up to 360. And then swing Avenging Billow for 60. Right? Now there's 90 damage on you, which means you've got 230 damage left. So now if you KO me... Oh, wait, I forgot that I do 30 plus when I did that math in my head. Alright, yeah. Well, I was close. It's alright, though. I mean, we topped at Crispin, and we get 2 more Munkidori set up plus a Dondozo, right? Like, that's obviously where we're at. They got 1 Recon Directive. They got a 3-card hand. They're not taking a KO this turn. Unless they have some sort of boss's orders. They got another Recon Directive. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to them evolving. They could see a few cards. Again, not worried. We're setting up. We're doing our thing. Yo, why this deck a little too bulky for my opponent to do anything about? You got Arven. That's a decent supporter, especially if you could go Rare Candy Oh my god, you have Ultra Ball. Tell me you have Rare Candy Dusknoir, and you can actually Dusknoir my Dondozo and swing for KO, and I should have gone the Dark Energy on Munkidori to full heal. So you just do 330, not 360. Tell me that last card in your hand is candy. I'm gonna scream. I mean, like... Are you for real? Alright. Yeah, you Curse Blast, take out my active. I should have put that Dark Energy on Munkidori. I apologize. I didn't think they would have it so perfectly. I don't know. I mean, they'll go down to 0 cards in hand, but they'll take 2 prize cards this turn. I get a 3rd Munkidori down. Honestly, it's pretty cool if I can top deck Crispin. If not, it really doesn't do me anything. That is so wildly unfortunate, it's not even funny. Like, I actually have no words. Oh boy. Oh well. I mean, if we can make it through this, we can make it through anything. My opponent had the absolute nuts, the literal perfect hand to get through this turn. I feel like my play was fine. Set up a backup Dondozo. What's wrong with that? I mean, I guess they have to beat through my A-Spec now. Like, they had to put so much effort into that, and they spread the damage pretty nicely, so now my Munkidoris aren't the most useful things in the world, but that's okay. We've taken 2 prize cards, though. They've taken 3, we've taken 2. Honestly, you know what? That trade might work out okay for us. I did lose Turbo Energize, which honestly probably would have been pretty cool here, and I get Crispin, so I literally don't even worry at all because I can bench this Munkidori, go Crispin, get an energy on Dondozo, a dark energy on a Munkidori, and we can just move all the damage off the bench here. Alright, we take these. Oh, game's frozen again. Yo, my game literally hates me searching my deck today. This is insane. And we go done. I don't even know if that worked. Yeah, it did. Alright, thank gosh. We take the Dark Energy, and we'll put that Dark Energy down on this guy. We'll throw the Psychic Energy on the active, just in case. I don't need to Night Stretcher yet to get an extra energy down. If they have some sort of Dusclops KO play, I'm going to scream. So I think what I have to do is whiff a KO on their Duskull, but that's fine. I need to full heal this guy and just set my opponent up. They've got 200 damage left. Might not have needed. No, you know, this is fine. Because now I can KO their Dragapult. And then what I think I want to do here is just start setting up another KO on an opposing Dragapult. Like right here on Dracloak with the energy down. So we'll take the energy, whatever, off this guy. Throw this here. And then could Night Stretcher, could Artisan. Don't see those being too useful. I think the best play for us is to just Avenging Billow for 30, call it a day. Right? And then next turn I could Night Stretcher. Actually, I don't even really need a Night Stretcher here for another Dondozo EX. I honestly, nah, it doesn't hurt. Because then I have 2 more Crispin I could play around with. But I definitely attach a Dark Energy as my manual attachment to my 3rd Munkidori. I want to use all 3 Munkidoris. And they just go Iono, give me a new 4. This is fine. This is totally acceptable. I'm not too worried about this. I've been sitting on the same hand almost the entire game, living off top decks. And I get a Charm Lively Stadium, that's plus 90. Psychic Energy. I kind of like the research in my hand better. Night Stretcher was pretty cool. This doesn't feel as awesome, but I mean, hey, she'll do. We do have a Dark Energy in the discard pile, so if I do get Night Stretcher again, I could still get 3 Munkidoris set up. And they have to put 6 damage counters down, so they could spread it, so I can't move all of it, but that wouldn't really help them too much. We know we're taking a KO with their active, which is the most important thing. They have a benched Dragapult ready to rumble. Now, this is where things get a little dicey for us. Just because they had the literal perfect hand. They've actually drawn perfectly. I feel like they have not missed a single... Like, everything they've needed, they've pretty much gotten. They got an out when they had 0 cards in hand. They had the perfect Arcanine Dusknoir Sparkling Crystal Dragapult play. Like, this is nuts. They're going to take some sweet time, moving some damage off, and they're going to do it smartly. They're going to do it so my Munkidoris can't ever get healed perfectly. I need to do how much damage? 170. And I'm swinging for 230, so I actually could move 60 damage off my active, which is pretty cool. If I move 60 off my active, we will have 120, and then if I Charm Stadium, we'll have another 90 in play. I don't know if I actually get there. Right. So now if I heal 60 here, what am I at? If I heal 60, I'm at 200, so I'm still at perfect KO. Like, they have to full Dragapult me, which is actually pretty unfortunate, because that is definitely possible. So maybe I Nest Ball, get a Mimikyu out, just to sit behind for a turn if I need to. It doesn't really matter at this point. I feel like that's what we have to do. And then we'll figure something out from there. I do have a Psychic Energy, which, I mean, you know what, at this point. Although I might hold the Psychic in case I need to Mind Bend. That might be a bit safer for us. You know what, since we are just getting KO'd no matter what, is there a world where I don't even heal my active, I just heal my Munkidori? I heal my active 30. right? Because we're swinging for KO. Let me inspect board. How much HP do you have left? You have 140. Yeah, you have it's out of Dusknoir range. I think what I want to do is heal this guy, so it's not... You can't Dusclops. Phantom Dive it would be 9. Yeah, actually, I definitely like that. We'll just throw some damage down here. And then I'll use this Munkidori here to Adrenabrain, take 30, because I still want to move everything I possibly can, and just keep loading this guy up. This guy should be getting KO'd pretty much no matter what, so we'll swing 200. Take our KO, take our 2 prize cards, and we gotta hope we get like Nest Ball Crispin, and we can just set up another Dondozo instantly. It's probably our best bet. Oh my gosh, the lag. Nothing, I can do nothing about this Dondozo Water Energy. I mean, that was pretty close to Dondozo Crispin, to be fair. And I do have the Switch in hand, so this doesn't feel awful. Mimikyu's a little scary on the bench now. It does have 100 HP, and they got a Crispin, so they can get the Psychic Energy down, but that's their supporter for turn. They can flip the script, too. They got the Fire Energy. They don't have a Psychic Energy. What? How many are in here? Just 1? Did you prize 2 or 3? Oh, no, that's bad. Maybe they had it in hand. That's more likely than I think prizing 2 or 3 with 3 prize cards remaining. Oh, man, maybe their luck has ran out. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty awesome. And I've got a Dondozo I could sit behind. He's dropping down 290 if they don't Stadium Bump, which is a lot of HP. And I'll have 2 Munkidoris just ready to move whatever Phantom Dive damage counters they want. They go Night Stretcher for the Psychic Energy. Tells me they don't have Psychic Energy left. Yup, there's the Psychic Energy. They could not take anything else. They've got 8 cards left in hand. We know one of them is a Fire Energy. Do we see the Phantom Dive for KO, dropping them down to 1 prize card? We do. Okay, so they'll have 1 prize card left. And I'm going to have a mountain of an uphill battle to figure out here. Now, we're not swinging for enough. Honestly, I don't even think we can attack with Dondozo this turn. This is why I'm really happy. Actually, I held a Psychic Energy. Could I Mind Bend for KO? No, they've got way too much HP. Way too much. I could put Mimikyu in the active. Doesn't feel awful at all, honestly. I mean, I think we do that, and I just switch out of it if nothing else, and we're fine. Right? And I get Penny. Oh my god, wait. Penny's huge. Because I could Penny up a Munkidori or Mimikyu. But I do want to use my manual attachment on Dondozo, because I want to make sure this guy takes a big shot. So I could OHKO whatever they got next turn. But I'm not taking a KO here. I could actually... No, I can't KO anything on the bench because I do have Lively Stadium in play. I was going to say I could KO Duskull, which does take some of the pressure off, but that doesn't do much. I like 30 damage down. Yeah, it feels pretty good. So I think we just move the damage off these Munkidoris, and I Penny the one with the energy up. So we'll take this. We'll move it to his active. We'll attach an energy here. Yeah, because this isn't going to do it. They're at 210. Yeah, we're so fine. Because then if he attacks this guy, he's pretty much cooked. So I think what I want to do is Adrenabrain this damage. You know, I'll just stack it on this Dragon Ball. This is the last KO I pretty much need. And then I'll go switch into Dondozo, tell them, hey, you got to figure this out. If they go Dusclops, or if they go Rare Candy Dusknoir, they just win, which is fine if they have that. I mean, whatever. Like, better deck, I guess. I guess I could have turned that play off if I went attach on the Munkidori, but then I wouldn't have had Dondozo. I feel like Dondozo's safer. Who do I Penny here? If you go Dusclops, Dragapults, you could actually KO Mimikyu. So I think the correct play is to Penny Mimikyu and just take that off the board for them. Because Dusclops does 5 damage, and then Dragapult does 6. That is a KO on Mimikyu for game, so I think this might be the best guy to take up, and then we just pass here. And Mimikyu didn't do much for us. Might have been the misplay, honestly. The biggest one so far. But I feel like that's fine. I feel like we're in a decent enough spot. Considering how they've literally had everything, the fact we're taking it this far is kind of insane. If they go Iono, we get another 2, and honestly, I'm the most scared of that. That might be the worst play for us. They got Night Stretcher. Oh my god, tell me you just have... You got Dracologue. Okay. Yeah, if you go Rare Candy Dusknoir, you just win. And that's... I did what I could, and I will accept that. And you got Arven. You're down 2 Rare Candies. You did lose a Devo. Down 2 Night Stretchers as well. What do you take off with Arven? Counter Catcher, which is useless. So that tells me you've got nothing left in your deck that's worthwhile. You're not playing on first stamp because you played Sparkling Crystal. You're not playing Iono because you played Arven. You've got 2 Recon Directives. You used Night Stretcher already, right? Was that what they did? Yeah, they did for Dracloak. So, I mean, I guess you could go for a 3rd Night Stretcher, but you would have done that off Arven if you didn't already have it in your hand to take a Dusknoir out. Unless you're just sitting and waiting on that. And that way I don't know you just have game and you're just doing things to do things. You bump the Stadium, puts me at 110. Dusclops could KO now. Could KO, because you do Dusclops for 5 onto Munkidori with 30 damage. And then Phantom Dive KO. Yeah, that would do it. They do have game, potentially. But if they just attack, we're fine. Now, if they don't attack, what do we do? That's actually, you know what, not attacking, I think, is the play for them here. I mean, we could heal off a lot of damage from Munkidoris. You go Artisan, but for what? Are you going to, like, Itchy Pollen me or something? Please, no. I'm so sick of Pollen. Yeah, you fail it. The Stadium Bump is actually nuts here. And they pass. Yeah, not attacking was the smart play, for sure. And I get a Vessel. Oh, no. Oh, that's so big. I could get a 4th Munkidori down. What do I take off this? We Vessel away Mimikyu. This guy's doing nothing for me here. We take a Water and a Dark Energy. And I think here we... How much HP do... We're doing 50 damage this turn. It's not enough to KO Duskull by literally 1. If we had a 2nd damage counter down, that would have been nuts. Maybe the play was to put the damage on Duskull so they couldn't... Lively Stadium. How much HP do they have? 180. I mean, we could just start chipping away at it, right? Just full heal our Munkidoris. And just throw this here. Take this guy. Now, I do have all the energy in my deck currently in my hand. So I do think the play for us is to attach the Water Energy here. And then hold on to the Dark Energy. They could do 110 damage per turn if they got Dusclops plus Phantom Dive. And if that's the case, that's the case. You know, it's like we did what we could. We'll just Avenging Billow for 30 damage. And I think that's what my opponent is waiting for, is just saying, hey, I've got game with Dusclops and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'd accept that. I mean, it's not pretty. I think, honestly, in a best of 3, I think we actually do come away with this. Based on this matchup, I feel like they've gotten everything they've absolutely wanted. Right. Which doesn't happen every game. We have also gotten a good fair bit of stuff. Safe to say I've practiced this matchup a whole lot less than I probably would have wanted, so I definitely misplayed once or twice, and Lord knows my opponent probably has never seen Dondozo EX or played against it, if nothing else. So that works too. I guess we're both kind of going in this new, figuring it out as we go. I think I played the Lively Stadium wrong. I think I could have put that damage on Duskull. Would have helped me out a little bit, shut down the Dusclops. They got another Dragapult EX set up. They could retreat. And that might be their best play. But if they swing into me, I think they still lose, if I'm not mistaken. No? Because I could heal 90 damage off... Oh, we'd be 10 damage short. 20 damage short, excuse me. We do have 2 boss in the deck and 2 gear, though. Right? Yeah, I could get a boss. Do you attack this turn? Attacking puts you in an amazing spot. Because then it puts, like, I have to win this turn, or you've got it. Oh, never mind. I just passed here, no? Oh, no, because you have Dusclops left in your deck. Unless it's the last prize card. Yeah, so you got game. Alright. That's unfortunate. Not the end of the world. I'll see y'all in match number 3. Welcome to match number 3. Potentially the last match in the video, because match number 2 was, I believe, insanely long. I did not check how long that Dusknoir match, or that Dragapult match was, but I mean, I think we could totally come away with that. I think it's an unfortunate loss, but I mean, it happens, and when it's a situation like that, I literally couldn't ask for a closer game. And that's hey, we played our heart out with Dondozo against arguably the best deck to play right now, so I will gladly take it. We're up here against Toedscruel EX, one of my favorite decks to see. I believe the deck who's been showcased the most time on the channel. And what do I want to do here? I don't hate Crispin for KO on Badoo. With Ghost Eye, feels pretty good, and a little Nest Ball for Dondozo. Doesn't hurt either. Mimikyu's kind of busted in this matchup, so, you know, that works in our favor. I don't know what they got to get around Mimikyu, so I do want to err on the side of caution, go Dondozo. I don't need to Iono this turn. I think our best bet is to just get these guys out. I know we have a Psychic Energy in our hand. That's fine. I'm going to take the Water Energy. We're going to attach the Psychic Energy here. Keep the Water Energy in our hand. Get double Psychic on Mimikyu just because we need Dark for Munkidori and Water for Dondozo. I like this spread the best, I think. Is Lively Stadium ever relevant? I don't think so. I think if they got KO for 100, they got KO for 100. I want to see if I could get a Stadium bump on their Area 0. I think our best play is just to Ghost Dive for 70. And just do our thing here. Make sure we can play our items, because items are pretty nice in this deck. I mean, sure, like, we could totally function without them under Ichiban if we have to. It's not ideal. I'd rather not. They promote Toad's School, which they can attack Mimikyu with, and they got Latias too, but they're going to need, like, the Rally Back Ogerpon or something like that for me to worry. And they get rid of Toad Scroll EX and Iron Leaves. So, yeah, they're going to dig deep. They definitely have an out to Mimikyu, or they may have just scooped, I feel like. And this is what's nice about Mimikyu, is I feel like there's some decks, it just walls out entirely. You know, Dondozo has kind of a rough time into things like Raging Bull, Goldengo, Mimikyu has a field day with some of those matchups, especially when you got the Munkidori spam with the Mimikyus as well. It just creates a rather unfortunate scenario, and they're going to try to take the KO with Slime Mold Colony. Alright, maybe this 30 damage was relevant for Mimikyu. Do you have the energy switch? Yes. Alright, hey, well played, well played. You got 3 damage, or 3 energy on Toad's Scroll. When I deal with this guy, I'll work around your Mimikyu, and I think once I take him out, I can try to... Yeah, they had Area 0. Okay, that makes me feel so much better. Even if I played Lively Stadium, they had the Stadium bump. So I think Mimikyu is getting KO'd no matter what, since I didn't have Charm. If I had Charm or Cape for Mimikyu, I think I can just pretty much walk through the rest of this deck, which feels pretty good. Now there's a big boy in the active that they can't retreat perfectly, though, so I am going to attach the energy here. I'm going to go for the Stadium bump. And then I'm going to go for the Iono. I don't need to do anything else. I do have to get rid of some of the cards from the board. Latias or Ogerpon, or I guess a Toad School could potentially be choices. You don't really want to get rid of Fez for when I take a KO, but I guess if you have to, you have to. You just got a Night Stretcher back, but... I mean, we'll see what my opponent's got. It's definitely a tough choice here, and they get rid of the Toad School. Yeah, that's smart. That's probably the best play for him. And then I just go Iono here. Give them a new 5. Give me a new 5. I don't know if there's a world they could one-shot my active next turn. Now, there's the Mimikyu, there's the Charm, which feels pretty awesome. I don't know if they can do much about this Mimikyu, so I'm going to Charm Homie up, and then I'm going to Nest Ball. Nah, I'm not going to Nest Ball for Munkidori yet. I'm just going to pass, see what my opponent does on their turn. If they do swing into me, we can attack next turn. If they don't swing into me, I do have Nest Ball for Munkidori just to get down. Take a little bit of time. I don't need to Avenging Billow yet. I like my Mimikyu set up with the Charm a little bit more, just because I do have to worry about Area 0, and their only Toad Scroll, that's a single prizer, is down right now. So they might not be playing like the Fighting Back or Rally Back, whatever the single prize 2-mask Ogerpon is. That's got a good attack if you were KO'd. I know, like, that's a pretty good Mimikyu out. It's a great Cornerstone Ogerpon wall out. And there's the Area 0 under depths. Okay. Hey, unfortunate. Not the end of the world. What else you got? I didn't take a KO, so you can't use Pheasantipity. You got 5 cards in hand. Your hand is probably more live than mine. And you got Toad Scroll, which prevents all effects of attacks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so Mimikyu might not do much on the damage side of things. We might just have to play the deck out. So this could be an insanely long match, just because we're going to be doing that and some Munkidori spam. And they'll go research, yeah. So Mimikyu is not going to do any damage because Toad Scroll's ability does prevent Ghost Eye damage counters. However, they've got 19 cards left in their deck. I've got 41. I should be able to outlast them with my triple Mimikyu line. And they're going to go in with Toad Scroll EX. Okay. Hey, you swing here. No, you just passed. I was going to say, you swing here. You're at risk of Dondozo dealing with you. Another Charm feels pretty good. I mean, I don't think I need to take Munkidori yet. I don't necessarily need... you know what? Charming Active doesn't really hurt. It does put us over 300, which is a hard number for Toad Scroll to get to. I think we'll just Avenging Billow for 30. See if they got an out to this right now. I can't use Night Stretcher yet either for my Munkidori, or excuse me, my Mimikyu in the discard pile until I get rid of that single prize Toad Scroll. But I have to do that anyways if I want Mimikyu to be more lethal. So a boss KO on that guy doesn't feel too bad. I think what I'm going to do is try to run my opponent out of resources, though. We do have pennies in the deck, which could help reset things. You've got boss's orders to bring up unfortunate Pokemon, like that Toad Scroll, for example. It's just another 2 energy to retreat, and that makes it hard for my opponent to play the game. And, yeah, I mean, it's not... Sure, it's a difficult match to work through, but, I mean, hey, it's manageable. They played their 1 rod now as well. They might have a Night Stretcher on top of the rod. Maybe they got 2 rods. I think my most recent version of Toad Scroll has 2 rods. They've got really everything they need to keep some energy back in the deck. Oh, no, they played both rods and Turo. It's actually harsh. They might not have any more recovery. They definitely have, like, 3 more Ionos. So outlasting this deck may be pretty difficult, which is where Dondozo comes in. But I think, you know, towards the late game, after all the Ionos and Ultra Balls have been used on their end, they're going to go boss on Mimikyu. That's absolutely fine, because you can't attack Mimikyu right now. So, sure, if this is what we're doing. I'll sit with my Dondozo at full HP on my bench for a couple turns while I draw out of my hand. And we get a Pokégear. Speaking of drawing out of our hand, what is Pokégear going to do for me? What? Speak to me. What do we got? Research. I'll take it. I will happily take this. This is a Nest Ball for a Munkidori. How many boss have they played? They played 1. Okay, so they might play Prime Catcher. They definitely play more boss's orders, but I'm getting my value out, and they just scoop. Yeah, they don't gotta like that. I feel like, only played 1 game. Somehow. I'm gonna play match number 4. And we'll see how we do. We're 2-1, though. We got the guaranteed positive record as far as the 3 matches is concerned. I'm going to make up for my 2-match video with a 4th match here. I will see you guys on over there. Okay, I apologize. So after going through and looking at how long that Dragapult matchup was, we still are over like the 25 minutes of gameplay footage that I generally try to shoot for when I do my videos. So I'm going to cut this one at 3. If you want to see more of this deck, I do have another idea with Dondozo EX using the single prize Dondozo in mind. I am totally down to give it a shot. So if you want to see more Dondozo EX, let me know. I could try to get out the video a bit sooner than I had planned with the single prize Dondozo with Release Rage and Tatsugiri. Have some fun with that build, and then we'll take it from there. But, I mean, of course, I always want to thank you guys so much for the support. I, for real, appreciate all of you. And yeah, with that being said, can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Go check out the Battle VIPs podcast, and stay epic. Peace.